evening, everybody, from here at Evergreen High School. It's week number 3. Liberty Center comes in at 2-0, and the Evergreen Vikings at 1-1. It's NCTV5 Liberty Center High School football. Old Spiker here on the commentary with my faithful and trusty sidekick, Jimmy Leatherman, and Landis Utopia Burmeister on the camera. Well, Jimmy, you've seen the Tigers for 2 straight weeks. I missed one. Give me kind of a 2-week synopsis here. Just where are the Tigers going with their football game?
I think they're making strides. I do, Spike. Last week, we kind of thought before the game started that with the nice quarterback, experienced quarterback, that Montpelier showed up and some nice quick athletes, that perhaps the passing game or passing defense of the Tigers would be tested, and indeed it was. And you know, just a couple weeks out from the big game from Big Red, it was good that the Tigers were tested last week. And they showed up to play. The defense got there when they needed to be, and the offense also perked right along. And so I look for perhaps a couple new wrinkles in the defensive secondary as to perhaps how the Tigers spread them out back there. It almost seemed as though they conceded that pass in the flats. And boy, I think you got to have everything covered at least as best you can. But they
2005 Evergreen Vikings.
They played well, and they put her in the win column, and they've got one more week to really get polished. And it's a good night for football, so it's good to have you back, Spike, and you can get us fired up there.
It is good to be back. I hated missing last week, but as I expected, Tom Fry did a yeoman's job in filling in. Tom, very knowledgeable about football.
No question.
Now, one thing you've kind of touched on was the fact that we're talking about Big Red already, and we've got a game tonight first. We've got to, like you said, fine-tune things in. Rex Lindgren, a veteran of the high school football wars, knows all too well that you do not come to Evergreen High School and take anything for granted.
That's exactly the case. They can light it up and send us home with our tails between our legs if you go looking weeks ahead, you know, just like Ohio State played Miami University, and they were thinking about Texas, and that's going to be tomorrow night.
Yep.
But here the Tigers are facing the Evergreen Vikings, and their record 1-1. So they're looking to get back on a positive note.
Well, the Tigers have won 17 out of the last 18 games with Evergreen. Overall, they are 25-11 overall, 17-1 out of the last 18. Tigers have outscored Evergreen 35-11 over the last course of the rivalry since starting in 1969. But you know, that one loss was very unexpected. The Tigers traveled over here, and honestly, everybody expected a 35-point Liberty Center blowout. But a little guy named McIntosh for Evergreen had 2 returns for touchdowns, and the Vikings played some great defense, unheralded as they were, and they knocked off the Tigers 20-19.
No, you can't let the odds makers figure it out for you, or the computers either, Spike. I mean, you got to play them on the field and, you know, take what rolls, and that football will bounce in crazy directions. You know, take punts or kickoffs or anything. Turnovers always seem to play a role when you least expect it.
All right, for Evergreen, they're going to feature their backfield, all back from back last year. Tyler Wynn, the quarterback, number 14. Running back Chris Pound, number 1. And fullback Jack Wade, number 42. All right, little end-over-end punch. That's bobbled around the 30-yard line. Ball loose. I believe Evergreen recovered, but they're very little return on the play. Ball will be spotted around the 36-yard line of Evergreen.
36-yard line.
The Tiger defense tonight, we'll try to get that kicked out to you. On the interior of the line, we've got Bobby Black, number 70, and Denham, or number 60. Oh, wait a minute. Bobby Black's number. Anyway, Denham Foot's number 70.
Yeah.
Defensive ends, 64, Kyle Hesterman. Give off the right side, not much running room there. defensive end Jason Moeller, number 82.
2-yard gain. Bring up second down, 8.
Boy. Yeah, he's number 73,
That's
Spike.
right. That's right. My bad.
Bob Black, 73.
All right, so the defensive end, Moeller and Hesterman, Black and Foot on the inside. Man in motion coming this way, deep pitch, looking for running room. Tigers come up, nice wall of blockers there. Paul Smith slows him down, drags him down with the ball just across midfield into Liberty Center territory. Uh-oh. And then that is a vicinity where it all could be coming back just about the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Kyle Hesterman, our right defensive end, was trying to fight through a two-team block there on the part of Evergreen, and I'm thinking they had a hold of him. He just about made the play back there in the backfield as he was coming around in, and I wouldn't be surprised. TV5 tape might show that the reason Kyle couldn't get him was because somebody had a hold of him.
All right, that will be a gain of 15 yards will be negated, and an ensuing loss of, we're going to call it, wow, that's got to be close to, okay, 10.
That's about 20 yards there.
Well, 15 yards from
well,
the
they
line
fumbled,
of
yeah, but
scrimmage.
they fumbled before, Spike, and we're going backwards,
Okay.
so.
All right, second down, we'll call it 20 to go. The ball on the 26-yard line. Pitch deep to the right side, trying to get a little running room. Out there, Brett Babcock finally throws him down, but Evergreen successful. They pick up about 17 yards on that pitch sweep.
Yeah, I was able to turn the corner over there. I don't know whether the defensive ends on the first two sweeps like that were taking too shallow a route to the quarterback. I don't know, Spike.
Well, you got to figure they had a lot of people. They had a guard pulled out in front of that. Both running backs got out in front of that. And two good power sweeps by the Vikings. So we're looking at a third down.
Yeah, they kind of got out of the hole there. They were
outside linebackers, Tate Slee, Brett Babcock. Inside linebackers, Perchlick and Carpenter. All right, two wideouts, give straight ahead, not much running room there. I believe Brett Babcock knifing through. Denham Foot also in there.
Yeah, Carpenter, number 50, also had a piece of him.
Jacob Perchlick, number 78, getting the start tonight at linebacker on the inside. You know, he's been coming up, Jim.
Yes.
From what I saw the first game and then the tapes last week, making a name for himself.
Yep, I understand the quality of those tapes, visual-wise, is just excellent. Is that correct, Spike, this year? The audio the video.
Low line drive punt. Babcock back, takes it on about the 20-yard line. Now cuts to the outside. He's got a great block from Paul Smith. He's got a lane up the sideline near midfield and finally hauled down up around the 46-yard line.
Gosh.
Boy, now Paul Smith back there, and he must have kept at least three different would-be Evergreen tacklers tied up.
Yeah.
Kind of just kept getting in the way.
Yeah.
Doing a little chicken fight and then a return up to the 46.
Yeah, well, two of them in particular thought that, we'll just get Babcock because he's kind of trying to work outside, and Paul just, as you say, messed him up, and that's hard to do.
Well, I tell you, Brett Babcock, the man has got a heart of gold. He's not the fastest, he's not the quickest, but he's slippery as an eel, and he's got a heart. I mean, the kid is a fighter, and that's the kind of plays a football player like that makes something out of nothing.
Yep.
All right, now they give Babcock hitting the backfield. Holy mackerel.
Yeah. 73 came boring in there.
Trap for a loss by Cody Gleckler.
Cody Geckler, the defensive end, came blasting through there, and a loss of about 4 on the play.
Almost appeared as though nobody got a hand on him there. Or a block on him, a helmet on him, a pad on him.
All right, for the Tigers at center, number 73, Bobby Black. The guards, Mark Huffman, number 57 on the left, Tyler Carpenter, number 50 on the right. Here is the pitch sweep to Slee. Slee makes a nice cut, stays on his feet, and weaves his way forward, a gain of 14 yards.
Boy, as he turned the corner, I think he was about 5 yards deep, and Tyler Carpenter made an excellent block to really let him kick into high gear there. So.
Well, and there we are again, Jimmy. It's what Liberty Center running football is all about. You've got to have guards that can stay low, have the quickness and the speed to get out in front, and there we just saw that once again. All right, Tigers with a 3rd and 1. Give to Slee, breaks a tackle, and battles his way ahead, and I believe he might have enough for the first down.
We need a good spot, but I think it's there.
Well, he got hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and he still managed to battle forward for
a first down.
2.5 yards, just enough to move the sticks. All right, the rest of that offense. At one tackle, we got number 70, Deneb Foote. At the other tackle, number 64, Kyle Hesterman. Tight ends, Jason Moeller and Casey Bodenbender. Jason 82, Casey 15. Paul Smith at a wing, number 28. Tate Slee, the fullback, number 25. Brett Babcock, number 2, the halfback. And Brian Babcock at QB. Here's Smith in motion. Takes the handoff. Up behind Carpenter. Leaps ahead and picks up about 5 on the play.
Smith, the ball carrier, hit by Wade.
Jim, this is what Liberty Center has been able to do so far the first 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
They've been able to establish the ground game.
They have.
And they've been able to stay with it.
A credit to the line play and even the backs. This is a group of backs that will block for each other.
All right, now the Tigers are going to show a wing back to either side. Slee lone setback, and Bodenbender out wide. Gives to Smith. Smith cuts it outside. And Grant finally hog-tied, but not after about a gain of about 9 on the play, and another Tiger first down.
Now, thinking about the defense trying to catch up with Paul Smith, they better get him early, or they better get him when he's going lateral, because when he can turn upfield, he is very elusive, Spike.
Yep, well, and Kyle Bodenbender lined out wide from his tight end spot, lined out wide to the left, and that maybe helped spread that defense slightly. All right, Brian Babcock under center. Tigers have a 1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Now a little bootleg in trouble.
Yeah.
And Babcock is going to go down.
Yeah.
Babcock sacked by Hilton.
That was a big defensive play by the Vikings there. There was way too much penetration for anything like a bootleg. We've seen that used very judiciously over the last few years and usually quite successfully. But boy,
9 on the play, 2nd down, 19.
They had a lot of penetration, several of them, Spike, and put the whammy on him.
Well, that puts the ball back at the 36. So we'll go with the PA, 2nd down and 19. 7 minutes left here in the first period, no score. Babcock in motion, gives straight ahead to Slee, ball loose. I believe the Vikings have it.
Fumble on the play.
I think that happened right at the exchange.
Yeah.
Recovered by Cody Gluckler.
Yeah, that didn't look like a comfortable handoff there at all, and then he was into contact
Vikings at their own 35-yard line.
immediately right there in the line of scrimmage and never could put that ball away.
Now turnovers up to this point. Tigers are going to call a timeout. Turnovers have been have played a big part so far in the Tigers' 2 victories. Liberty getting some good field position.
Timeout.
You know,
Liberty
last
Center.
week against Montpelier, I noticed on the game stats, Liberty Center actually only had about 40 more yards, about 350 to 310, somewhere in that vicinity.
Is that right?
But Liberty, of course, dominated on the ground, where Evergreen had less than, they might have had about 35 yards on the ground.
Tigers had one stretch there just before the first half ended where it seemed like the wheels began to come off a little bit. We were getting penalized and kind of just a little out of our focus, Spike. But they quickly got back on track, and then that became their football game as the second half kicked in pretty good.
Yeah, Montpelier, though, I mean, they were never really out of that game till well into the fourth quarter.
Oh, I know it. It was a tough football game, and I believe Montpelier's going to win a lot of games this year. They've got a hard, tough team. And of course, they're facing Patrick Henry tonight, Spike.
Yeah.
So their toughest part of their schedule is right up front here.
All right, two wing people. Pound in motion, takes the deep pitch, tries to go wide. Tigers get out there to cover that.
Head at the line of scrimmage.
Casey Bodenbender, number 15, stepped up along with Brian Babcock.
Right.
Bodenbender.
Now that's good coverage. The DB's got out there, got across there. Brian from his center field spot as deep safety, and they closed that up pretty well.
Yeah, you're talking statistics. Now, last week, Brian Babcock had a lot of tackles on his defensive side there.
All right, now formation to the left. Now in motion the other way, gives straight ahead. Nope, they pitch it outside. They had me fooled there. They're up first down yardage.
45-yard line.
Yeah, that was a pretty good fake by the Evergreen quarterback there.
That's enough for a Viking.
He put.
First down.
Yeah. He put it in for a fake, you know, and then pulled it out and kind of rolled around that right side and had the Tigers a little fool there.
Bring it. Let's the Tigers be challenged. All right, wide out to this side, man in motion this way. Here's that deep pitch again. Babcock comes up, breaks a tackle.
Nothing.
But
Lost.
Liberty Center did a great job to close it up.
Scrimmage.
Babcock kind of was a knife man in there, kind of unsettled the interference, and the Tigers there to mop up. No gain on the play, I don't believe, maybe half a yard. Jim, several Tigers in there. I couldn't begin to pick out who got there first.
I think Denham Foote was there, but also Kyle Hesterman was in on the action after fighting off some blocks. But as you say, the secondary, when they see it's a run, they sell out and come up and make the play. That's exactly what you need.
All right, Tigers show 5 down linemen. Here is Gibbs straight ahead. The fullback drives his way.
Wade, the ball carrier.
Carpenter had a hold of him.
Smith in there also.
Hung on for dear life. Picked up maybe about 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 7 to go. Again, Carpenter held on. Tigers got a lot of help in there quick.
Yep.
And the fullback never able to quite get going. 210-pound Jack Wade, a load. Now the pass, caught upfield, hit by Babcock. Oh, we're going to have a fumble. It's either an incomplete pass.
Pass complete.
Whoa,
It's
no,
either incomplete
it's
or
waved
it's a
off.
fumble.
I agree, Spike. It's waved off.
All right, I'll buy that. It's got to be one or the other.
That's
because
right.
I was afraid he was going to spot the ball down there at the 44.
Well, I think one of those guys was willing to do that, but the other one quickly says, wait a minute, he did not have it long enough.
No.
But if he did,
It was a fumble.
it's a
you
loose
betcha.
ball.
Brian Babcock laid the wood to him.
Yes, he
and
did.
Laid it to him
Wade,
hard.
Babcock.
All right, Tigers now force a
Back deep to the
second
Tigers.
Evergreen punt. 4:21 to go here in the first quarter. Low line drive. Paul Smith there takes a look.
Ooh.
And pushes it out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that ball might have hit Andrew Hill, number 20, as he's running down there,
It
you know.
very
and
well could have.
so,
An alert play by Paul Smith.
yeah, Paul sees,
Ball
hey,
kicked out of bounds near the Tiger 20-yard line.
well, best to not take chances with it. If there's any doubt, make sure
that
you're in
first
control. So
right.
Tiger's kind of in the hole right here, Spike, but we'll get her going here pretty quick.
Yeah, 34, 35, so I think about a 34, 35-yard punt with no return. Well, the Tigers come out in a tight formation. 2 tight ends set. Here is the pitch in the backfield. Appears to be Slee.
I think that's Greatman out there, isn't it? Number 34. Yeah, here's John Greatman on the ball carrier there.
John Greitman now back. I talked to Father Bruce, and he said he's healthy again.
Ball carrier, head of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was kind of tough just to that game.
By Gluckler and Miller, pickup of a yard, 2nd down 9.
To start the season, he was a little banged up, and so hadn't seen much action yet.
All right, give straight ahead up the middle, and Evergreen right there.
Babcock hit at the line of scrimmage.
Brett Babcock on the carry.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 yards to go. Tigers, you know, not in that great field position that a lot of times their defense gives them.
Yeah, that's coaching staff a little
Third down, long.
wants to be a little conservative with their backs to the goal line there.
All right,
Evidently,
Babcock
Spike.
spread out wide to the far side. Paul Smith as a wingback goes in motion. Here is Babcock rolling left, stops, fires.
Oh.
Just out of the reach of Smith. And that'll bring up 4th and 8.
Fourth down.
He said that was intended for Slee, but it was Paul Smith out there that couldn't quite reel it in.
Well, and again, Evergreen was able to put some pressure on Brian Babcock as he rolled to his left, which for a right-hand quarterback is a little more difficult.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. He didn't have a whole lot of time.
Now Evergreen looks to get good field position here. They've got 2 deep men. Number 1, Chris Pound.
And 34.
At the 50, and yes, number... High moving kick by Black.
Number 24.
Fair catch called for.
Yeah.
Way back at the 43.
42-yard line.
Well, that's the best punt we've seen all year out of the Tigers. Matter of fact, they haven't had to punt a whole lot, but anyway, got a lot of height on that and good coverage. Paul Smith right down there to make sure there was no advancement.
Jim, I've got that at 40 yards and no return. It don't get any better than that in high school football.
Yeah,
and it doesn't get much better than that in the pros.
You're right. If he can do that rest of the season,
boy, that makes a difference.
We're gonna make him all-world punter.
All right. So Evergreen will have a 1st and 10 with 2:50 to go here, first quarter. No score at their own 42. Give off the right side. Not much doing there. It looked like a keeper play.
Yeah. Well, again, it was a fake. You know, first man through, they'd give it and take it back and then hang on to it. But Tigers,
second down 9.
Tigers up to that.
I think Evergreen knows they're not going to run the ball up the middle on straight dives, so we may see this sort of chicanery the whole game. Carpenter was announced as the tackler on the play. Tyler's done a good job of burrowing inside to bottle things up.
Oh yeah, he's a tough guy.
All right. Wide out to this side for Evergreen. Man in the slot, in motion is Pound. Here's a deep pitch behind him. That's trouble, and I think Liberty Center might have got it, Jimmy boy.
On the play.
No indication yet.
Covered by Liberty.
Yeah.
Yep, Liberty Center got the fumble. Well, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah. That was a deep pitch that they couldn't connect on it back there, and that makes for a loose ball. You know, the Tigers have impressed us this year, I think, with their overall quickness, Spike. I mean, every position, up and down across the line, and of course that Moeller kid that can clear those yard markers like you.
Oh yeah,
like
with that world-class sprinter speed. All right, Tigers show Smith wide to this side. Now another fumble.
He never got to snap there.
Recovered by the quarterback.
Yeah, that never come all the way up, and boy, he just dove on that alertly. That burns it down, but at least they keep possession.
Loss of a couple, second down, 12.
All right, second down and 12, ball at the 37 of Evergreen. This is where the Tigers have been so good under the tutelage of Rex Lindgren. They've been able to take advantage of field position. Smith in motion left, give to Slee. Slee cuts outside, makes another cut, hit, and finally dropped, but a gain of about, we're going to call it about 8 on the play.
Third down, 5.
No, I'm sorry, we'll call, a gain of about 7 for Slee. 3rd and 5, Jim, we're definitely in 2-down territory.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, now we just need to stay consistent and hang on that ball.
Yep, ball spotted at the Evergreen's 30-yard line. 55 seconds to go in the first half, no score. All right, Babcock on the right, Slee behind the quarterback, his fullback, Smith in motion this way. Here's the give to Babcock, cuts it up inside.
Yeah.
Another great juke step, another break to the brink, it's 2 more tackles, and Babcock, like a human dynamo, bars his way the final 6 yards, and well more than enough for a first down. We're going to call it about 12.
Spike, he was stringing those big John Deere colored defenders along the way there.
Yeah, the play was intended, I believe, to go to the outside. Babcock immediately, an old tackling dummy drill, cut it back inside. A great move, and then bored his way straight ahead. Gain of 13. Now give to Slee. Slee behind some great blocks and battles his way, sticks his head down, and gains some tough yardage. Nearly 5 on the play.
You know, Tate Slee's one of those fellows that can get you 2 or 3 yards after contact. I mean, he brings it.
Well, Babcock now has time to come slowly to the sidelines, getting the next call. We're going to have holding on Liberty Center.
They'll walk off 10 yards and replay the down.
All right, now they're going from the point of the foul. 10-yard penalty for that stinking, rotten, no-good yellow flag. So now Liberty shoved all the way back to the 30-yard line. So the 13-yard Slee gain plus another 5 on that play wiped out in one fell swoop.
Yeah, it's first down and a mile here, and that's a quarter, Spike.
All right. End of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter.
Vikings 0, Tigers 0.
We are right underneath the speakers for the PA, and so we're getting the full bore load. All right, while we've got a chance here at the quarter break, we're going to get our sponsors here. And again, many, many, many thanks for these people. They are the ones that make it possible to bring the fans and the parents and the kids a way to see the game over and over every week, whether it's on TV or whether it's on
yeah, you know, Spike,
tapes and DVDs.
The viewership needs, and the fans need to not only patronize these places of business that you're going to tell them about, but they need to thank them too. You know,
absolutely.
If you see them, you know, just, hey, thanks a lot for making these broadcasts possible.
Yep.
They would appreciate that, I'm sure.
All right. Jerry and Karen Miller signed up for a season-long thank you extension and a good luck extension to their son Derek and the entire Liberty Center football team. Sponsor-wise, we've got Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry right uptown. Dave, one of the originals. We got the Tiger Shop with Bob and Julie Shaddy. And, of course, you all know what they have to offer. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff and Todd Spangler. Jeff, a great Tiger backer. KK Collision with Kyle Kern. Kyle with state-of-the-art body work and also does anything and everything mechanical. All right, now we're back, ready to go here for the second period. It'll be 1st and 22, ball at the 30-yard line of Evergreen. Tigers show 2 wideouts this way. Give to Smith, a lot of running room around the outside. Stays on his feet and finally driven out of bounds, but a big gain on first down.
Yeah, Casey Bodenbender out there, number 15 for your beloved Tigers, with some nice contact blocking, you know, and that's kind of hard to do. You go down, you got an assignment to go down and get a safety or a cornerback or something, and you know, they can fight you off, but he maintained contact and occupied that guy, which helped make that play go.
They had those 2 wideouts, and they went downfield, held people up, and then the interior of the line made a good wall for Smith. Now gives straight ahead. Slee kicks it outside, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, spins and drives, and he's down close to first down. Boy, Jimmy, off that right side of the offensive line.
Oh, yeah. Yep, if they can get him a little room that he can get ahead of steam up, he's a tough man to tackle.
Out that time, that's out there in Tyler Carpenter, Kyle Hesterman, and Casey Bodenbender area.
Yeah.
A gain of 11 for Slee. Tigers at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 1 at the 8-yard line. They've got Smith, the wing left. Tight end right, give the Babcock. Babcock kicks it outside, now up inside the Slee. It's Slee, excuse me. Very close, touchdown!
Yeah, he's there now.
Touchdown!
Touchdown, Tiger.
Yeah, that was a real smart run by Slee. He let that block and kind of work a little for him, and then he could see where his opportunity was, and then he was able to turn it on.
Yep, and let me give credit where credit's due. A great play fake. I swore that Brett Babcock had the football on the pitch, but Brian was able to hand it off to Slee up inside, and Slee simply kicked it out.
Yeah.
And that little extra fake, sometimes that's what springs a play.
Yeah.
But Tate Slee, I tell you what, that guy is hot. He is a live wire for Liberty Center.
Well, and he's tough to tackle. I mean,
absolutely. We've got a problem on the play. Somebody may have jumped here. Bobby Black, 9 out of 12 in the point after touchdown attempts. The Tigers will come back 5 yards. Well, I don't know now. How far are they coming back?
Boy. All right.
Should only be a 5-yard call.
Penalty.
All right, the snapper, Jim, I believe that's Jason Moeller, isn't it, 82?
Yeah.
All right. Holder, Brian Babcock. All right, Tiger set, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, end over end. And up, it looks good. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Bobby Black hits the first.
Second quarter.
So,
Tigers score first. 7-0.
at the 10:50 mark of the second period, Liberty Center takes the lead, 7-0.
Bobby Black on his conversion spike is really piling them up. It's early in the season, and I'm telling you, that guy, for the most part, drills them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's really came on.
He had a couple knuckleballs there a week or so ago, but, he means to put them through the uprights and gets her done.
Yep. All right, now we'll get some more of our sponsors here while the teams reset. We've got the Henry County Bank with locations throughout Henry County with Bill Wendt, president. Bill, if you remember, a great football player from days gone by, also played on the Old Timers football rivalry teams. We've got Swanton Welding with Ryan, Norm, and the other Norm, Zeider. The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. Hill Asphalt Paving with Randy Hill. His son on the football team this year, number 20, Andrew. A great special teams player and can play both ways for the Tigers. We've got Truckers Paradise open at 5 a.m. till 6 p.m. at night with Lynn and Jerry Ripke, and she also specializes in those 57 kinds of wonderful homemade pies.
Can we have a list of those 57 varieties sometime, Spike? I mean, it just, they're all good.
All right, here's the end-over-end driving kick. Comes down just inside or outside the 20-yard line. Straight ahead, kicks it outside, tries to leap. A tackle attempt by Bodenbender.
Seth Weekers put the whammy on him there then finally.
Yeah, he leaped over Bodenbender. Bodenbender slowed him down enough that was all she wrote.
Yeah.
All right, some more. I remember when I was a kid, there was an old little storybook called Rudy Kazootie and Pineapple Pies. I'll never forget that.
Rudy Kazootie.
Yeah, and I'd love to have a pineapple pie.
Yeah, what kind of a character was Rudy Kazootie,
Well,
Spike?
he was a little ball player, Jim.
Huh.
He played for the Kazooteville team, I think. All right, give straight ahead. Wow! Hit by a mammoth truck there.
Yeah.
No gain, maybe half a yard. Smackarino.
70.
By Carpenter.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Carpenter gets the credit from the PA system. We'll go with that. I tell you what, Tyler Carpenter is, Jim, I've always said and believed he's too small to play football. He's got nothing on him. But the man comes out every week and he delivers hit after hit,
yeah, but
blow after blow.
You remember him when he was a boy, Spike. He's a man now, and he's been eating his Wheaties.
I'll say. All right, wide out to this side, double wing set, single setback to fullback. Here's the give straight. Nope, they're going to fake it. And they've got nowhere to go. The Tigers all over that in the backfield.
Yep.
Paul Smith in there.
Hesterman was born in there, and that sort of diverted him from even going a little wider. And then who was the inside guy that got him?
Perchlick, maybe, number 78, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 78.
Now Perchlick coming off the field.
But I guess I'm pointing out to defensive end made that play with his penetration because
good
he
point.
effectively cut that avenue off, and then the guy had to eat the ball.
All right, Tigers now drop Brett Babcock back into a 4-deep umbrella defense. Quarterback rolls this way, pressure from Smith, caught out there. but he's going to be demolished over here along the sideline, short of the first down.
45-yard line.
I believe Babcock and number 3 in there, Derek Hefflinger, put the wham on him.
Yeah, he was smoked up pretty good there.
Yeah.
So now the Vikings will face their third, fourth, and less than 5-yard situation.
Yeah, Derek Hefflinger, number 3 out there now, and boy, in the past previous weeks when they use him a little bit, he can bring it for just a young fella there, Spike.
All right, Paul Smith and Brett Babcock deep for the Tigers back at the 25-yard line. Low spiraling kick. Babcock plays it on the hop at the 20. Tries to go wide to the far outside. Uh-oh, they make, I don't know if they got that flag or not, up the sideline. Babcock stays on his feet, gets up near the 50.
Yeah,
there's a flag on the play. I thought I saw a push in the back.
I saw that too.
Babcock hit by Hilton. Flag on the play.
I didn't notice the number, but it'll be apparent on the broadcast here. But you know, a guy's ready to make a block, and all of a sudden it's a moving target, and it's just awful hard. And then it's
legal use of the hands against Liberty.
Yep,
Center.
it's a natural instinct to kind of push that hand out there. But
you're taught to hit. You're taught to do whatever you have to do to spring the man, and it's difficult not to pull that off.
Well, you got to be disciplined, because if you're not in position to take a whack at him, you kind of got to let him go.
Paul Smith was out there for deep along with Brett, and he helped shield Brett to spring him to get him around the corner. But the backside help from Evergreen not so good maybe, and the Tigers were able to take advantage.
Tigers will start at their own 30-yard line.
Well, the Tigers do manage the net result. They still get a 10-yard return, 30-yard return, but 10 yards from the spot. So they'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. 8:24 left here, second period. Babcock in motion. Gives straight ahead. Slee twisting and powers his way up for about maybe a couple, 3 yards on the play, depending on the spot here.
Back up by Miller and Zabo.
We'll give him a gain of, we'll call it 3 on the play. They show Casey Bodenbender spread wide to the far side. Double wing set, Slee the lone setback. In motion, Babcock. Fumble loose, and Evergreen got it. Once again, Jim, we're seeing that Evergreen getting some good penetration when the Tigers want to do something other than play power football.
Yeah, and part of that is a gambling type of a defense, but why not? You know, if you're Evergreen and you know the Tigers have been scoring a lot of points the previous couple weeks, you're going to say, well, this we're going to try. And if they can get
Liberty's 27-yard line.
If they can guess right, that can really be disruptive, and that's what's happened a couple times here tonight.
Yeah. All right, Jordan Espinoza, number 59, trying to battle back from some injuries into the game now on the interior defensive line. Here is the handoff to the fullback, met right there, but stays on his feet, gets across.
Wade, the ball carrier,
the 25.
Yeah, well, this puts the Vikings in their best field position of the game thus far, Spike. So they're thinking they've got a chance to bring it to the Tigers, to take it to them, and Tiger defense came up big when they had to last week against Montpelier, and this is one of those times.
All right, we're going to call the ball on the 23. Gain of 4 on the play, 2nd and 6, 7:08 to go, second period. Here's the deep pitch to Pound. Pound looking for running room, got it there. Paul Smith, the last man, finally hauls him down at the 5-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Holy mackerel, Jim. Evergreen, they're coming to play, and they were destroyed last week by Delta 41-8.
On the end around, it'll be. That's definitely enough for Viking. First down.
Well, I don't know, but that's going to bother me by the end of the night.
Yeah, that sounds like a basketball buzzer.
All right, 1st and goal at the 5. White out to the far side, man in motion right, gives straight ahead to the fullback, and I believe he may have spun his way into the end zone. Very close.
No.
Where's the ball carrier?
He's not in, Spike.
Well, that's the kind of football we see nowadays. Spread out the offense and then give the ball up inside to the fullback.
Casey Bodenbender from the outside cornerback spot, when he saw that ball carrier coming there. He kind of helped him change directions there, but they're banging on the door hard.
All right, second goal. We'll call it inside the 1 yard line. Evergreen with that man in motion left, wide out to left side, gives straight ahead, and they're going to be in for the touchdown. 7-6. Boy, I'd like to touchdown you, jackarobe there. Well, you got to take the bad with the good, and I guess that's their right to have some fun. Now the Tigers, big extra point here.
Well, we set them up on our 30-yard line there, Spike, and a couple of good plays, and there they were.
Well, and as we've seen in the past, a good team takes advantage of turnovers and field position.
Yep.
So the Tigers
going to start
got
out
one lick in, and now they've given it back, and the Evergreen Vikings with the point after touchdown attempt to tie it up. 5:48 left here in the first half.
The PAT. Flag on the play.
Too much time. Evergreen's going to have to tack another 5 yards onto their attempt there.
The Vikings.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if this makes a difference in what they elect to do, and if high school kickers, aren't necessarily the most accurate, and the entire kicking game not necessarily something that you can lay your hat on and depend on it. So.
Well, in the Tigers PAT, we had extra.
Right, but for Bobby Black and the holder and the snapper, Moeller and Babcock, it made no difference. All right, good snap, set, kick up, and it appears to be good.
Yeah.
Bounce kick is good. Look at the touchdown scored by Wynn and Bounce PAT. Your score, Vikings 7, Liberty 7 with 5:48 to go in the first half.
All right, with that tied up score, we'll get to more of our sponsors here. We've got the Sky Bank in Liberty Center. Pizzanello's Pizza, home of the slice of pizza to go for $1. There with Craig and Sherry Myers, they also feature the twice-a-day buffet from 11 to 2 and 5 to 8. Jimmy, I got a little of that today, buffet action. Oh, yeah, I got full in a hurry. That was good stuff. Also, we've got Old Tiger Football Salt, Rick Speece with Speece's Trailer Court. B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking out on the south end of town with Norma Miller. L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady, Dan and Francis Brown. Davis Farm Services in Delta and Liberty Center with Grandma Karen, Uncle Kurt, and parents Kelly and Todd for Casey Bodenbender. Also, the Liberty Center Consulting Group of Mark and Jody Bly. Schaefer Truck and RV Sales and Rentals with Terry and Todd Schaefer. Out on Road 10 between Delta and Liberty Center. Another old football halfback hero, Skip Miller with Miller Brother Trucking in Napoleon. All right, the kickoff, that is going to go low. Picked up finally up around the 20.
Casey
Gets
Bodenbender.
straight ahead. Bodenbender breaks. One tackle, bounds and bingles and jukes and battles his way up to the 38-yard line.
Pretty good.
Start first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good field position here, Spike, and it's time to execute all the way down the field. No mistakes, no miscues. Let's just move the ball and stuff it down their throat.
Well, penalties are one thing. You don't want them, but they're going to be part of the game. But the turnovers is eventually what's going to make or break any football team.
Well, you got to totally eliminate them, or at least squeeze them right down to where you're getting more than you're giving up.
Two tight ends set. Here is the give to Babcock. Breaks through the first wave of Evergreen defensive line. Picks up a couple on the play. It'll bring up second down and 8. Ball just across the Tiger 41-yard line. Evergreen again showing their mettle, stopping stopping the inside run.
Yeah, Evergreen's got some big, strong boys. You look across the line there, and they tip the scales pretty good, and they look to be in good shape.
All right, Smith in motion.
All right,
another fumble. Babcock picks it up. Able to dive forward for maybe a yard or two.
Babcock keeps the ball.
Yep.
Boy, I can't figure that.
For a couple of
we've had
third down, 5.
quite a bit of difficulty in the snap there, Spike, and the weather isn't anywhere near slippery.
No, and that's one of the mysteries right now the Tigers are going to have to solve. We've
Yeah.
got 4:42 left in the half. We're all knotted at 7. Tigers with the ball on their own 43, 3rd and 5. Smith in motion to the far side. Babcock rolling behind the motion. Has time. Fires. It's caught by Paul Smith at the 45 and cuts to the outside. Gets down around the 41-yard line.
You know, Paul has shown that he's a very fine receiver for the Tigers, and he'll catch that ball before he'll run with it. And he jumped up in the air to make sure he got a hold of that. I don't know if the pass was high, but boy, he says, that's my ball, it's coming to me, and he made a nice catch on it. And a big
Jim,
play when the Tigers needed it.
That is a great point. Paul did exactly that. He made sure of the catch first and then ran with the football.
Yeah.
Pick up a 16 yards. Tigers with a 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line of the Vikings. Here is the give to Babcock. Looks for running room. Cuts it back up inside and picks up what appears to be
hit by Wade and Hilton.
about 4 yards on the play. Good first down yardage. That gives you some room to maneuver here as you head into 2nd down.
Yep. Now, Tigers have got a good drive underway here.
Boy, and with 3.5 to go here in the first half, knotted at 7, you want to see the Tigers.
5.
Obviously, you want to see them score, but you've got to establish your running game. The players have got to have confidence and know that they can move the football.
Yeah.
All right, Tigers show the wing back left formation. We've got Babcock on the right, Slee on the left. Here is the Slee there. Slee stays on his feet and battles back, picks up a yard on the play, Jim. He was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he was caught for a big loss, but he broke that tackle, but he didn't hardly get her going then before the fill was there, and consequently it's about a 3rd and 4 here.
Tigers need a short 4. They've got to get the ball down just outside the 31-yard line. They need about 3.5 to pick up the first down here on 3rd, and we'll call it 3.5. Tigers, though, may be in 4-down territory. 2:26 clock running. Here is Smith in motion this way. Deep pitch to Smith. Good hands. Smith has running room down the sideline and burrows his way. Drives all the way down to about the 20-yard line.
Late flag there. You hate to see that after a good offensive play where they would be moving the sticks. I don't know.
Tigers, I think Hesterman was out in front of some of that. And it appears it's going to be against Liberty Center. Just from the, well, no, I'm not sure.
Personal foul on the Tigers.
Personal foul called against the Tigers.
Ouch.
Now, where will the play be
marked off
from? Because that's the huge key right now.
Yeah.
It could, if it's down at the end of the run, it won't be near so damaging. But what was that called? Personal foul?
Yeah, it was called a personal foul, and I don't think Paul Smith appreciated the way he was bulldogged head first into the ground out of bounds over here, but couldn't see anything, just looked like...
So with a dead ball foul, they'll get the yardage, but they'll walk back 15 yards, so it'll be 1st and 10, Liberty.
Wow, that's quite a call.
Yeah, that's once it's a dead ball foul, I guess everything else is kind of thrown out. So that not the worst case scenario by any means.
Right. We'll take a fresh set of downs wherever they put us.
Now the clock has already started once they set the ball. 2:05 to go. Tigers with the ball at around the 35-yard line of Evergreen, 1st and 10. Smith in motion. Smith takes the handoff, looks for running room. He's out behind Carpenter, has to kick it outside. Burrows his way ahead, and he's going to come out of there with a gain of about 3 when it looked like he should have lost 4.
Oh, I know it. The penetration and string to the sideline was excellent by Evergreen. And
2nd down, 7.
Looked like they had him trapped for about a 3-4 yard loss, but then he spun completely around and was able to get her up and turn it into positive. But the clock being a factor here, Spike.
1:28 and running, 2nd and 7, the ball at the 27. Quick drop, fire out there just over the head of Paul or excuse me, Brett Babcock. That is the downside, Jim. We always talk about, boy, we want to see Liberty put it up in the air.
Yeah.
We want to see it in the air. But I tell you, when you have an incomplete pass, you get absolutely nothing.
Well, I know, but in this case, it stopped the clock, and it did preserve a timeout down the road there. So it's just as long as you can move the sticks, you're still in good shape.
I'm not saying that I'm not a proponent of the pass, but a lot of times it's so easy to be critical of too much running, and so you have to have the good mix.
Yeah.
All right, Tigers now with a 3rd down and 7 in 4-down territory. Ball at the 27. Rolling out left, has time, gets rid of it, and incomplete. Good coverage there.
Pass, broken up by Wynn.
Yeah, that was real good coverage, and Brian Babcock did all he could. He got some mustard on the ball there, but I'm telling you, those Evergreen Vikings were right there, and they were laying the wood to him, Spike.
Well, and there was a good pass rush from Babcock's blind side. We'll get the number. That was Paul Hilton, linebacker, 6'3", 205.
See, the point on that was everybody in the stadium knew it was going to be a pass, and so those defensive linemen, they just plain say, we're bringing our best.
All right. 1:11 to go, and the Tigers are going to go for it on 4th and 7 at the 27. Straight 3-step drop. Fire out there in the flats to Bodenbender. He battles his way ahead. The ball sails out of bounds, and that is going to be very, very, very close to the 7 yards needed.
Yeah.
Out of bounds.
I tell you, it looked to me as though he was trying to fumble that ball forward, knowing he needed another yard or two, and that it worked.
And Liberty Center got enough.
I didn't know you could do that, Spike.
Well, Jim, there it goes to show. I just made the point of how much Liberty needs to pass.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he fumbled it forward, and I think they gave him the yardage.
I'm not sure. We'll have to see that back on the replay. Now we're going to have an official's timeout.
Yeah, they're going to talk about that. I wouldn't be surprised because I don't think you're allowed to fumble it forward. You can fumble it, but you don't get to advance the ball.
Yeah, when it goes out of bounds like that, I'm not sure how that is.
If you lose possession.
The logical rule is that it's where you fumbled the ball, not where it winds up.
That's right, and I believe he kind of gave her a little toss toward the sideline there, trying to get that extra yard or two.
All right, while we get this thing sorted out. Okay.
All right, alert fan Robin Weimer says they're going to reestablish that clock and make it right, Spike, and clock is a big factor when you get her down to the end of the half here.
All right. Now after the discussion right now, we show 58 seconds. Ball on the 25 of... wait a minute. Let's get set. We don't have great yard markers here.
No. 25. They say it's on the 25.
Yep. 25-yard line. They were probably on the 32 before. My bad. All right, in motion, Smith, deep pitch. Great block, out there, has running room, makes a great cut, and he's down near the first down yardage needed. Paul Smith out there, who was that, Espinoza? Or was that
Jason Marler was making a nice block upfield there, just a good block.
I tell you what, the Tigers must have had 9 guys out in front of that.
Yeah, I think there were several of them, but I looked up there and 82 was doing what needed to be done, neutralizing his man. I think the fans ought to make an effort to appreciate the blocks that help spring these plays loose. And then the downfield blocking, that's very difficult to do because the guy isn't just standing there saying, well, come and get me. I mean, he's kind of dancing around and trying to be part of the play. So it's a skillful effort that makes those
absolutely
blocks
Tigers
go.
Had a lot of people out in front of that. Now Liberty Center has a first down, 52 seconds to go. Ball on the 15 of Evergreen. Tigers with 2 wideouts to the far side. Slee the lone setback. Smith over here, now in motion to the wide side. Here's the give straight ahead. Not much running room there to Slee.
Yep.
Well, good call, but they made good penetration and tripped him up.
Timeout called by the Tigers. It preserves that clock. Tigers mean business here, Spike. They want some points here as this half winds down, and Evergreen's doing all they can do to keep them off the board.
All right, we'll catch the rest of our sponsors now. We've got Eon Industries right uptown, half a block from the high school. There with Judy Leininger and Dawn Bender. Also out there south of town beside B.A. Miller, we've got Mitchell Farm Equipment with Tom, Pat, Barb, and Mike Mitchell. They feature the Simplicity Lawn and Garden tractor line. And since we're in the fall of the year, we know that it's maybe time, if you've got something like that already, time to get that blade put on. Also, Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Glenn in the Napoleon office and Bob and Marge Jurasics in Liberty Center. Also, Ken and Robin Carpenter, big Tiger boosters as well. We've got the Liberty Center carryout with John McClure, who features the Pettisville meat and potato salad, Tim Bowen water hauling service, the Liberty Center Athletic Booster Club, and John Slagle and the memory of Donnie Sharp for those stinking, rotten, no-good yellow flags.
Second down, Spike. The ball's on the 15-yard line with 47 scant ticks to go.
All right, they've got wingbacks, Smith on the left, Brett Babcock on the right, Casey Bodenbender spread wide right, Smith in motion. Babcock rolling out, stops, fires for the end zone. It's going to be a battle. Ball in the air, still up in the air, and Evergreen intercepts in the end zone.
Babcock pass intercepted by right in the end zone.
Well, one thing I've noticed on a couple of the bombs, Evergreen's DB's extremely tall.
Yeah.
Number 14 out there.
Yeah, he looks like a basketball player out there.
Yeah, just for example, that's Tyler Wynn, the quarterback, 6'3", 185.
20-yard line.
Yeah.
And again, Babcock had some pressure. He didn't have a lot of time. He had to get rid of it.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure. Paul Smith on his right side was trying to fight him off. And there was about 3 guys there, and Paul couldn't contain them all. Did the best he could, but Brian didn't have a lot of time. And as you say, tall receivers in good position, or defenders rather.
Evergreen with one wide out to the far side, but they're going to give it straight up the middle.
Found the ball carrier.
Slee, I think, maybe was in on the tackle, and he was going for the football all the way there.
Tatum,
Up a 5, second down 5.
Tatum Slee, good, sure stop.
All right, Evergreen now with a second down and 5, clock at 17 and running. This will probably be the last play of the half. But if I were Evergreen, why not put it up, go downfield? You know, it doesn't end on a defensive penalty, but no, they're going to be content to take off on the run. Nice tackle out there in the open field.
Yeah,
by
quarterback Brian Babcock.
Down the ball carrier gets the 37-yard line.
That ball carrier looked pretty quick here.
That's up for the Viking. First down. Vikings take their first timeout.
No, timeout with 4 seconds to go. This more than likely will be the last play of the half. Evergreen dropping back now on a naked bootlegger on the left side. Has some running room. We've got a flag out on the far side.
Again, that's Brian Babcock over there putting the Socceroo to him. And I'll tell you what, if there's a quarterback that brings a harder hit, I haven't seen him, Spike. Man.
Yeah, probably the hardest hitting quarterback Liberty Center's had in quite a long time.
Well, statistic-wise, I know he had a fistful of tackles last week, because by the end of the first half there, I think he was leading the team.
That's penalty decline. It's the end of the half. Your score, Vikings 7, Tigers 7.
Okay, well, as quick as we can here, we'll bring you these halftime statistics. For Liberty Center, 25 carries for 101 yards, 4 yards a carry. Likewise, Evergreen, 18 carries for 76 yards, an average of 4.2. So a very slight edge to Evergreen there. 4.2, 4-0. 101 yards on the ground for Liberty, 76 for Evergreen. The Tigers 2 of 6 for 24 yards in the air, and Evergreen was only 1 of 2 for 11 yards. Liberty Center with 6 first downs, Evergreen with 3. Liberty Center was penalized 43 yards, 4 times for 43 yards, and Evergreen twice for a total of 16. Time of possession, Liberty Center 13 minutes 20 seconds. Evergreen 10 minutes and 40 seconds. So the Tigers with about a 58-42 edge there percentage-wise. Tigers had 1 interception. They had 4 fumbles, lost 2. So Liberty Center with 3 turnovers. And Jim, like we talked about, that hurt.
No, you can't play like that and expect to come away victorious.
Okay, Evergreen 2 fumbles. They lost 1, which set up the Tiger score. That being an 8-yard run by Tate Slee at the 10:50 mark.
Cell phone. It's waiting for you at the concession stand.
In the second quarter. And then Evergreen returned with a touchdown at the 5:48 mark on a 1-yard plunge. That 5:48 at the second quarter. All right, now Liberty to receive a low driving kick. Picked up there, bobbled, picked up again.
Smith.
Delivered straight ahead, Paul Smith, and he gets up across the 32-yard, up across the 30 to about the 32.
Yeah, not finding a handle on that. That was a good run back, Spike.
All right. For individual tackles, we've got Brian Babcock and Casey Bodenbender, each with 5. We had, let's see here, Brett Babcock, Perchlick, and let me read my notes here. Carpenter, Tyler Carpenter with 4. Paul Smith with 3 and Moeller with 2. Now the pitch to give to Slee off the right side. Slee trying to get the corner turn, but the Evergreen defense stringing it out. Knocks him out, maybe about, we'll give him a gain of a short 3 on the play. Gain of 2 on the play. So the ball will be up to the 35-yard line. 11 and a half to go here. If you're just joining us on TV5, the score, Liberty Center 7 and Evergreen 7. Here is the pitch. Slee off the left side, bobs and drives, and battles his way up to the 40.
Yeah, that's getting her up there pretty close.
Hit by Smith and Zabo. 3rd down.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Spike, you recounting those statistics for the first half. A thing that really glares at us is that many fumbles. Boy, 4 fumbles in a half, and we'd call them dry conditions out there. That's just something the Tigers have got to get away from.
All right, 3rd down and 2 at the 40. Tigers give it straight ahead, and I don't know, second effort is going to bring it close, but I'm afraid we're going to get a stinking left-footed spot.
New line of scrimmage.
Boy, now the Tigers faced with a tough decision. They've got 4th and about 1 yard to go. Slee, was it Slee on the carry? Yeah, he did not quite get that great spot. He put a hand down, tried to keep his balance.
Yep, Spike, they're going to go for it. The ball's on the 40-yard line, but they're saying, hey, we're going to get her done right here.
In that first half, each team averaged about 4 yards per play. Here's the give off the left side. Slee, plenty of running room, stays on his feet, and drives and battles all the way up to the 50-yard line. A gain of about 9 on the play, and that beat is a Tiger first down.
Spike, we've seen that before where the defense will sell out right at the line of scrimmage, and once in a while you can pop that for a huge gain.
Oh, you're right, Jim. Tigers had everybody in front of Slee off that left side.
Well, even the secondary of the Vikings came up trying to make that stop.
Behind Moeller, Foot, and Huffman. All right, now they put Smith in motion, Babcock on a bootleg, in trouble, and goes down for about a 3-yard loss.
Boy,
Babcock sacked by Spradlin.
He wasn't aware of the pressure coming from his backside there. I tell you, that 44 was...
2nd down, 14.
It wasn't taking him long to get there, Spike.
Yep, loss of 4. You know, Evergreen is using that constant pressure. They do the blitzes, the stunts. They're doing everything they can to get into the Tiger backfield.
Yep,
Now,
and it's frustrating.
Where there is one action, there's always a reaction. The Tigers have to find a way to pick up on that, the stunning.
Yeah, that's true. They're Evergreen's gambling...
Babcock trips up off the center.
You know, the penetration on the line of scrimmage there kind of made that play happen.
3rd down, 18.
he got bumped as he was trying to pull away from center. And wow, Vikings showing a lot of toughness right here.
All right, number 63, Derek Miller checking into the game for the Tigers. He'll assume the guard position over on the left side. All right, Tigers 3rd and 18, ball at their own 42. Dropping straight back, has time, throws it out in the flats to Smith on a little inside screen. We've got a flag on a play. Smith driving and pounding, twisting his way ahead down to the 41-yard line. A gain of about 17 yards, but a stinking rotten no good yellow flag.
Yeah, I think you're going to say that too many guys downfield on as a receiver, Spike. Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
There's a man downfield.
Yeah, too many receivers it looked like, and they were going down there to block. You know, if he wasn't an active pass receiver, he was getting down there to make a block. And you
Well,
can't,
no, I'm not an expert by any means on anything what it has to do with football, but I don't think the rule is as stringent in high school as it is at the college or the pro level.
5 yards and replay 3rd down.
Well, that's going to make it 3rd down and plus 20 plus.
Yeah, half a mile.
Yeah, the ball all the way back now to the 36.
Yeah, I've seen that called on occasion. You know, you just cannot send all your blockers downfield there. It's got to be pretty structured and a nice pass play there, but
well, the old middle screen we used to see quite often. Now the Tigers with Bodenbender to this side, Paul Smith spread out far to the other side. Here is the give to Slee. Slee pounds his way forward.
He got
and
the
gets
penalty
up
back.
Near 1st down. Yeah, a gain of about 12 on the play, we'll call it.
Slee, the ball carrier, hit by Wade. 4th down.
You know, and that's not all bad. When you figure you're looking at 3rd and 23 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's good to come out of there. You're up near midfield. And now
yeah, good punt.
Back to kick.
A good punt will
Vikings.
set the defense up with decent position to defend.
All right, Bobby Black has time. End over end punt. That's going to be taken all the way back at the 15-yard line. Slowed down there.
Paul Smith.
By Smith stays on his feet. Smith comes back and is part of the tackle. Great coverage down there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Tigers down there. Jason Moeller was down there.
1st and 10 and throw.
And plenty of
15-yard
others,
line.
but how about Paul Smith? He slowed him up and didn't quite get him stopped, but was able to get back on his feet and bring it to finish him off there.
Yeah, again, several Tiger tacklers in there, and it was Paul Smith, like you said, there turned him,
Yeah.
and that allowed everybody to cover.
So that was a good punt when the Tigers needed a Spike. It got her down on about the 15 there, I think, don't they?
I may be wrong, but unofficially I've got that for 43 yards. Great job. All right, the pitch wide, and Smackarino, he went nowhere.
Yeah, Hesterman was in there. Also, who's getting up there? I believe Tate Slee had a piece of him.
Get your 50-50 tickets out, folks. Tonight's jackpot.
All right, clock running, 6:54.
Hey, you gotta unhook
We're
me
still
here.
knotted at 7 here, and I cannot believe
Thanks.
that this is the same Evergreen Viking team that showed up last week against Delta.
Well,
I cannot believe it.
They are inspired tonight, Spike. They're playing good football.
All right, Evergreen has a wide out to this side, gives straight ahead. Not much running room there. Getting inside.
Yeah, Denham Foot helping plug that hole, and who else?
Perchlik, number 78, has
Perchlik.
good penetration.
All right.
Brings up 3rd down 7.
So
All
the
right.
Vikings pick up maybe a yard and a half. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Well, good defensive stand here so far. If Tigers can hold one more time, they'll get their hands on the ball again.
Evergreen prefers to run the football. We'll see what we get here. One wide out to this side. Double wing set. Here is the pitch to the right side. Looks for running room, bores his way ahead. Babcock knifing in there, undercutting him. First hit the PA gives it to Carpenter.
Yeah.
And so the Tigers give up about 4, but it's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll call it 2 to go.
Well, in that position.
Winning 50-50 number is 454.
On that
You have
position.
number. Pick it up in the concession stand.
On the field there, we likely will see a punt, but they'd sure love the Tigers to jump offside here, Spike.
Yeah, but from the 23-yard line, a poor punt. That's going to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Somewhere down inside
30.
Evergreen's 40-yard
Yeah,
line.
under the inside the 40. Going to be good position here for the Tigers.
15-yard punt. Now, just look at the difference.
Yeah.
The Tigers were content to run Slee straight ahead for 13 yards. They punted
For 40
punted-
net yards or thereabouts.
Yep, they punted from the 48.
$100. Congratulations.
It was a 37-yard punt, and all told by Black. But the difference in the field position here, when you add the net gains on the punts, Tigers in great position. Paul Smith in motion this way. Here is the give to the second back through. Slee breaks a tackle. He gets to the outside. Down the sideline. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown. 36 yards away. Tate Slee, the second back through off the right side. Made a quick cut. He saw daylight to the left, and he was gone.
Yeah, he felt some contact too there just before he made his cut. He had a little rough going there, but then he was able to keep his balance and then ran the daylight and hangs up a 6-pointer right when the Tigers need it.
And Jim, well put, because you're right, he was hit.
Yeah.
Tate Slee has the ability to break tackles and remain on his feet, regaining his balance, and that time
Yeah.
he followed that wall to glory land. 36-yard score, Tigers up. Here's the snap, good, the kick up, and good. Tigers up 14-7.
7 remaining in the third quarter. Tigers 14, Vikings 7.
Well, Jimmy, here again, you have to take advantage of field position.
Yeah.
The Tigers do for the second time
Yes,
tonight.
they did, and the defense gave them that field position. They held the Vikings to a 3-and-out, and then a poor punt set the Tigers up pretty good. I think it was on the Viking 38-yard line, and from then on, the Tigers were not to be denied in that series. Maybe after pizza.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we ought
Either
to have
pizza or else pie, one of the two,
Oh,
Jim.
both.
All right, Jim and I are talking about some of our sponsors. Of course, for the pizza, we're talking about Pisanello's right uptown in Tigertown with Craig and Sherry Myers. And for the pie, of course, Lynn and Jerry Ripke out at Trucker's Paradise. And Jim, you still can't beat bacon and eggs and home fries out there.
Oh, man, you said at 5
Oh,
o'clock in
boy.
the morning?
Yeah. All right, little end-over-end twister heads down for the sideline, but Evergreen forced to pick it up down there, a live ball.
They let it go out of bounds, didn't they?
Well, I'm not sure. I thought he picked it up.
Well, no,
I think we're getting a spot down there, and it's going to be inside the 20-yard line.
Well, then they must have touched it or something.
Yeah, the ball was stayed in bounds. A great kick by
okay.
Bobby Black.
Yeah, maybe he tried to allow it time to go out of bounds.
So now, Evergreen with the football, and we're going to call it the 17-yard line. 5:01 to go here in period 3, and Liberty Center finally forging ahead, 14-7. Now we're going to see what the Tiger defense is made of.
Got him clear down on a 17, Spike.
All right, in motion, coming this way. They fake the deep pitch. They head straight up the middle, and a big pile up there up across the 20. We're going to call it a gain of 4 on the play.
5-yard gain.
Looked like Denham Foot had a piece of that action.
Tackle by
All right,
second down 5.
A special mention for Jerry and Karen Millers. They wish good luck to their son Derek and the entire Tiger football team for the season. Also, we've got Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry, the Tiger Shop with Bob and Julie Shaddy, Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff and Todd Spangler, and KK Collision with Kyle Kern. Tigers inching, edging. Here is the give, right side. Tries to go outside the quarterback on a keeper. Very close
Win the ball carrier.
to first down yardage gain of about 5. That may be enough. We're going to get a timeout for a measurement.
I think that might have been Babcock and Babcock over there.
That's enough for a Vikings.
No, it's going to be good.
Down.
Boy.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't need any more Evergreen first downs.
That
For
sounds
no other reason than that yokel.
That sounds like we're into basketball season pretty heavy, sitting right under the buzzer.
Well, don't worry. Liberty Center may get a first down before it's over. Straight drop. Fire over the middle. Caught. And tackled immediately by Paul Smith. Gain of about 10 yards on the play. Very close to an Evergreen first down. We're going to wait for the spot. They get it set up.
That's up for another Viking. First down.
Oh. Tiger fans throughout the stands here very much in dislike of that.
We're eyeballing those speakers and wish we could plug them up a little.
All right, straight back, pump fake, and knocked loose. I don't know.
I got a pick on that one.
And Liberty Center interception. I believe Tyler Carpenter got a hand on it. I'm not sure who made the interception. It could have been Tyler.
Wow.
Intercepted by Liberty Center.
That guy that hollers first down is right under his nose. He ought to tell us who caught that one.
Landis, have you got time to see that real quick? Runner back.
Who had hit on his hip and
the only guy that wasn't fooled was that dastardly defensive end from the other side. He was coming hard, but following some great blocking, Babcock able to ramble forward for about 13 yards.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line of Evergreen. Tigers back in business. 3:07 to go, third period. Here's the give to Smith. Tries to get outside. Makes a cut back up inside. Still battling and driving ahead. He's going to pick up about, we're going to say about 5 on the play.
Hit by Lashway.
Yeah, the defense coming up big here in the second half so far, Spike.
Second down, 5.
Keeping the Vikings pretty well contained and also setting the Tigers up with good field position. So
well, that's right. They held Evergreen to 87 yards of offense in the first half, and that's good enough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But the turnovers didn't help. Now Liberty Center knocking on the proverbial door. 2nd and 5 on the Viking 24. Smith in motion this way. Give to Babcock on a cutback. Nothing doing there. It's going to be 3rd down and 5. That time Evergreen stayed home and caught Babcock on that misdirection call.
Liberty Center hit by Hilton. 3rd down.
They're going to call it a loss of a couple, so it'll be 3rd. We'll call it 6. Into the ball game for Liberty Center.
57 coming out there. Mike Huffman coming out.
Yep. Derek Miller, number 63, guard. He'll guard now on that left side. So the Tigers have Slee on the left, Babcock on the right. 2 tight ends, Smith in motion. Here's the give to Slee. Right side, spins, drives, stays on his feet, battles, but once again, Evergreen.
Wrestled down by Lashway. 4th down.
Boy, the Viking penetration was really there on that play, Spike. He just didn't have any room to get it in gear at all.
All right, now Tigers in 4-down territory, but the ball back now to the 27-yard line. 4th and 8. Now the Vikings may choose to kind of play back a little bit. They may soften up that rush to kind of play prevent.
Yeah.
And that's when maybe we can pick on that a little bit.
Well, yeah, and I see a nice pass down there. Good things can happen by it, Spike.
All right, double wing set. Bodenbender spread wide right. Here's the bomb for Bodenbender. Down there, just out of reach. A little bit of pushing and shoving, but not enough to warrant the penalty flag.
Vikings take over on down.
You know, I think the Tigers may have to resort to some play action stuff on the 2nd and 3rd downs if we're, you know, we were in 2nd and 5. You think that's pretty good, but they came after us. They were dedicated to stopping our run.
Yeah.
They set their defense for that, and the Tigers may have to come up with a new way to answer that.
Well, the Vikings, whether you want to call it just a little bit of luck or whatever, when they do that stunning and you know, kind of gambling, boy, they've sort of pretty well been where we want to run.
Yeah.
So it's been working for them, but there's a lot of game to play yet, Spike.
All right, Evergreen spreading out that offense slightly now, the wide out to this side. Here's the give off the right side. Quarterback, no, maybe on a keeper. Nothing doing there, baby. Off the right side, loss on the play.
I believe 59 had a piece of him, Jordan Espinoza, and also the defensive end, Hesterman.
All right, loss of, well, they came up the spot a little bit ragged, so a loss of maybe half a yard. We'll call it a loss of 1. Ball pushed back to Evergreen's own 26-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Wide out to this side. Slot back to this side. Motion this way. Here's the pitch. Deep in the backfield. Babcock comes up. Smith comes up. And they nail his hind end in the backfield again. Sagarino!
Yeah, now they got to be careful. You know, last week, Spike, Tigers did just a little bit of celebrating there at the wrong time, and doggone, they flagged that and called it unsportsmanlike conduct and set the Locos up pretty good there a couple times.
Well, the story of the third period, the Tigers won the game of field position with a couple of punts and then had a short field to go about 37 yards. And the Tiger defense now doing a fantastic job of shutting down the Vikings offense.
Yeah, the defense is really popping now for the Tigers, and you got to sell us some more pie here, Spike.
All right. We've got the Henry County Bank locations all over Henry County with Bill Wendt. We've got Swanton Welding with Ryan Norm and the other Norm Zeider, that in Swanton, Ohio, of course. The Dugout with Stephen Catherine Parasini. Randy Hill Asphalt Paving. The Truckers Paradise out there on the corner of 109 and 24. Lynn and Jerry Ripke. Bacon and eggs, baby. Pies. Oh.
How late are they?
Oh, yeah, and they make great suppers, too.
How late are they open, Spike?
6 o'clock at night. 5 in the morning, 13 hours. Skybank and Liberty Center. Pisanello's Pizza. Jim, I had some cheese soup with ham and bacon today. Oh, boy. No calories guaranteed. Boy, it was good.
Man, I could use a bowl of that now.
Yeah, get a little cold. All right, we got Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece. And Norma Miller's B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking. L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown, and we're back to fourth quarter action. 12 minutes to go. 3rd down and 13 for the Vikings. Rolling left the quarterback. Nobody to throw to, and he's building over there. No gain on the play.
I don't know who got him over there.
Great.
But we're happy. Brett Babcock on the stop.
2. All right, Tigers with another great defensive stand. Into the game now, number 20, Andrew Hill.
Yeah, just for our fans, we can say, 4th down!
All right, once again, the Tiger defense forcing Evergreen to punt. The quarterback doing the handling those duties as well. Low spiraling kick taken there at the 45. Babcock heads for the sideline. Following a couple of great blocks. He weaves his way, twists out of another tackle, spins and drives. Babcock still on his feet. That man refuses to go down. What a return by Brett Babcock. Some great blocking by Liberty Center.
Yep, it was. Oh, now I didn't see a flag. I thought Moeller threw a good block. Somebody else out here threw an excellent block, and I thought, yep, that's good. But they got a flag down there.
No. Come on. Go get a patent and get some other invention, but don't make up the stinking flags. That was, Bodenbender and somebody else double-teamed the first guy.
Yeah.
And then it was Moeller threw a great block.
Yeah, he did.
And Babcock was off to the races.
You know, right down there at the end of the play, and it was really heavy contact. Maybe they thought, say there's a hold going on there, but, oh, man.
About a 27-yard return, and Babcock, like a tugboat going right down the channel, weaving in and out of all the big boys, but part of that was called back. So now the Tigers, though, will have a first down in Evergreen territory at their 46. 11:04 left in the fourth quarter. Tigers lead at 14-7. Tigers now with a spread formation right, double wing back set. In motion, Babcock gives straight ahead to Slee. Slee turns and twists, drives, battles, stays on his feet, and gets down for about an 8-yard gain.
That was pretty good. A little bit of misdirection there, Spike. A fake was off to the right, kind of round edge, and that got the pursued hot Vikings kind of drifting that way, and then Slee came back on a slant.
Yep. Nice little job of high stepping there as he leaped over one Evergreen Viking and made the nice cut back to the middle of the field. We're going to call it a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd down and 1. The ball at the 37-yard line of Evergreen. 10 minutes and 25 seconds left. Here's Smith in motion. Here is the give to, it's Babcock, twisting, turning, cut to the outside, follows a block by Bodenbender. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's in for the touchdown! He's in for the touchdown! And Liberty Center jams it to him again! It's another Tiger score! They go up 20-7!
That was sweet, Spike, and Casey Bodenbender on a block down there effectively took 2 Vikings out down there. Otherwise, they wouldn't have quite made her in the goal line. But I tell you, the Tigers are dedicated. They're coming off that line of scrimmage, and they're just plain getting it done.
And Jimmy, I gotta add this. Richie Frankfather just tipped me off.
Yeah.
Here's what it's supposed to be. That's another Tiger touchdown!
Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
All right, good snap, good hold. Kick is up and hits the upright. I believe that's good.
Yeah.
21-7, 10-12 left in the 3rd period. Jimmy, now there. That was the answer the Tigers have used to take away that blitz and those stunts.
Yeah.
They used a little misdirection.
Yeah.
The people come through, but if you break that first line of defense, baby, you're off to the glory land again.
Yeah, that's a good observation, Spike. That's exactly what happened. You know, they kind of fake going one way, and boy, the pursuit's going that way. Or it's also taking out those guys that gambled.
That's right, exactly. It's kind of like a more or less a trap procedure.
Yeah.
All right, now we'll try to get back to these sponsors. Okay. We've got Davis Farm Services in Delton Liberty Center. Father, Mother, Kelly and Todd. Uncle Kurt, Grandma Karen for Casey Bodenbender. Also, we've got Liberty Center Consulting Group with Jody Bly and the captain, Mark Bly, a great man here for Liberty Center, does the basketball with me, and a man that's got it all when it comes to computers and cameras, and definitely our technician.
He's the guru.
Yes, the guru. Schaefer Truck and RV Sales and Rentals with Terry and Todd Schaefer out on Road 10. Miller Brother Trucking in Napoleon with Skip Miller. I imagine some of his drivers have got stories they could tell. You know, they drive to Louisiana sometimes.
Boy, I'd think they would.
Oh, yeah.
How far into the Louisiana and the bios do they get?
They get down to Baton Rouge. All right, now the kick taken there at the 20-yard line. Return straight ahead, off to the left. Forget it, baby. Tiger coverage, too good. Excellent job by the special teams. A return of about 9 yards for Evergreen. Well, they'll take over there at their own 30.
Well, they've gotten just about exactly zilch here this second half, so we'll see if the Tiger defense can keep it up, Spike.
All right, we've got Eon Industries with Judy Leininger and Dawn Bender right in the middle of town. Mitchell Farm Equipment with Tom, Pat, Barb, and Mike Mitchell. Meyer Badenhop Insurance Agency with Glenn in Napoleon and Bob and Marge Jurasics in Liberty Center. All right. Now Evergreen set to go, 1st and 10. They show motion. Now they come back the other way. Great hit in the backfield. Slowed down by Moeller and finished off. Boy, I don't know. That could have been...
Yeah, I didn't catch the number there, but boy, I tell you, the Tigers had their ears back and they were coming. There was penetration there by a lot of Tigers.
Yeah, Moeller got him slowed down. He got him twisted and turned. Somebody from the interior of the line made the next hit. Could have been Bobby Black, I'm not sure. All right, Tigers stay with that 3-man umbrella. Now they drop Miller back, number 3. Or excuse me, Hefflinger. Now pass tipped at the line of scrimmage. Ball bounces around and falls incomplete.
You know, good hands play. They knew they was going to pass, and they got their arms up and deflected that. And there was about 3 Tigers diving for that ball, trying to catch it.
On the other one, on the tip. Okay, Richie Frankfather got Bob Black on the tip. Number 3 into the game, Derek Hefflinger on in there for Liberty Center with some little extra speed.
3rd and 13, Spike. We're going to see passing, I think.
Ball at the 27-yard line. Rolls left. Has time. Throws out in the flats. Caught and knocked down out there, I believe, Casey Bodenbender, number 15, on the tackle. And the good thing there, Jimmy, the Tigers give up 4, 5, 6, 7 yards, but they contain on 3rd down, and that forces 4th and 8.
Yeah, Spike, Tiger defense made a few adjustments there at halftime, and, I mean, they just plain shutting these green and yellow boys down.
Yeah, and it's a long 4th down, deep in their own territory. Evergreen cannot afford to gamble. 8:48 left. Liberty Center 21, Evergreen 7. Back deep is Smith and Babcock. Low line drive kick. There's going to be a return. Smith picks it up, gets to the outside. He follows Bodenbender's block. He's down the sideline across midfield, all the way down to the 40-yard line. 25-yard return for Paul Smith.
Yeah.
Tiger fans wanted a late hit call, none forthcoming.
You know, that was a net kick of only about 5 yards after it was all said and done in the return, Spike.
Yeah, that is not one of Evergreen's strong points, and we can see a big difference in this game.
Yeah, well,
in the difference between Bobby Black and Evergreen's quarterback punter.
That's right. Picture perfect. Bobby Black's kicks are high, enables the coverage to get down there.
Exactly.
And also has some distance. And these line drives might look like he's getting some yards, but they happen too quick, and that gives our returners time.
Yep. Casey Bodenbender, number 15, the only guy out here, but he acted like a wall. All right, Smith in motion. Deep pitch to Smith. Off the right side. Gets the corner turn. Heads upfield. Motors his way ahead and all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A gain of about 12. I believe he's got a first down.
It's a first down!
Woo! All right, Tigers have really come alive here in the second half. They sputtered on their first.
Fans having a little fun with that announcer there, Spike. Try.
All right, ball
on
at the
30.
I think they've got it wrong. Yeah, the ball's on the 26-yard line.
Okay.
1st and 10 there. Yep, they've got it corrected. 8 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Here's the give straight ahead to Slee. Slee kicks it to the outside. He's got running room down the sideline.
He's in.
It's down near the goal line. Very close.
Now we'll take another down to get her in there.
The pylon got kicked out. It depends where the football was.
Yeah.
Unofficially, we'll call it 25 yards. Slee off that right side of the Tigers' offensive line. Normally Carpenter, Hesterman, and Casey Bodenbender off the blocks of Bobby Black and Carpenter, kicked it right away to the outside.
Yeah.
Run the daylight, baby.
Yeah.
Slee gives you the tough yards inside and knows when to kick it out. So the Tigers with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. 7:59 to go in the game. Tigers line up in the wing right set, gives straight ahead. Slee bores into the end zone. On his feet, he scores. It's another Tiger touchdown!
Yeah, that's well put, Spike. A good second half here so far for the Tigers. The defense has been totally stonewalling the Vikings, and the offense is kicking in. They're executing, and they're hungry.
Oh, yes. It has been total Liberty Center domination here in the second half. The Evergreen offense probably hasn't been able to pick up more than about 15 total yards.
Yeah.
So 7:57 left. The point after touchdown attempt. Snap low, but picks it up. Babcock now rolling right, in trouble. Stays on his feet, looks to the end zone, throws. Caught! A two-point conversion, God! Who was that masked man?
I think that was
Sagers.
Sager out there,
It was maybe Sagers 23, not sure. It was him or Bodenbender.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Sagers, a little bit smaller target. But
Yeah, you got to wonder if that was a bit of a broken kick attempt because the snap seemed like it was maybe just a little off target, or whether whether that was an orchestrated play. But Brian Babcock made that look sweet, just like that's how we wanted to do it.
Yep, somebody yelled fire in the hole, I think. Babcock got outside, outran his pursuit, and got it to the end zone for the two-point conversion.
Just a nice little touch pass. You know, they're down there pretty close and don't have to have a lot of mustard. Just got to get it to your man.
Yep. Now Bobby Black's kicking record now, 6-9 the first game, 6-6 last week, and hits his 3 attempts here tonight.
Yeah, he's getting her done.
So 12 out of 15 for Bobby, and now the Tigers convert the two-pointer. 29-7, Liberty Center. A few sponsors will get squeezed in here. Ken and Robin Carpenter, very generous Liberty Center Tiger boosters.
Backing that number 50 out there in a big way.
Oh, yes,
I tell you, he's playing too. I mean, that guy, you just couldn't do it without Tyler Carpenter.
That's right. When you think of the Carpenter twins back in the early 70s, you think of basketball. Tyler Carpenter comes along, and he's kicking tail out here on the football field. All right, return left. Tigers with good coverage there, but Evergreen simply using Battlefront Force, or Battleship Force, driving it ahead to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, a lot of people on that stop. Also, 54 had something to do with that.
Seth Wiekers.
We've called his number a few times on special teams.
All right, also we've got John McClure's Liberty Center carryout. They feature those great meats from the Pettisville Locker. Also, Tim Bowen's water hauling service, the Liberty Center Athletic Booster Club, and not last but not least, John Slagle, and the memory of good old Donnie Sharp on that stinking rotten, no good yellow flags. Uh-oh, they faked the deep pitch, nothing doing. Smackarino!
You know, Spike, with a penetrating defense, I can't imagine a worse play to call. The Viking quarterback rolled deep, and the back kind of followed him back there, then took the handoff, and by that time they were about 7 yards deep, and here comes all the Tigers.
When you're 3 scores down, I don't think you need too many of those slow developing plays.
No.
Moeller and Wiekers all over that one.
Yep, they sniffed it out in a big way. Now you're going to see a lot of passing here.
Second down, and we'll call it 17 to go. Ball back at the 35-yard line. 3-step drop, now throws deep. Hill out there, picks it off!
Andrew Hill!
Baby, he played that like a veteran. He stayed with his man, stride for stride, and when he had that ball eyeballed in about mid-toss, he simply broke off the coverage, went up and got the ball. The defender didn't have a chance.
Exactly, and he gives up a lot of height, Andrew Hill does, but he had absolutely perfect position, and he was in position to make the play and says, this is my ball, and gives it right back to the offense.
Yeah, when I say the defender didn't have a chance, Andrew Hill had so much in store on that interception, had it all planned out, locked in, and in his back pocket that the offensive receiver turned defender didn't have a prayer.
Yep.
All right, now the Tigers take over. Ball at their 40, just across their own 40. Here's the give right side to Greitman. Greitman tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but gets out across the 40 to the 41, a gain of 2 yards. And Greitman, it's good to see John back in the lineup. You know, a very valuable man on special teams. He's got a lot of running skills, too, and they're coming out of the backfield.
He does, Spike. Last year on the reserve team, that man just plain lit it up. I mean, he had statistics on top of statistics with his running exploits.
Yep.
So it's good to see him here in this varsity competition.
Jordan Purdue, number 9, now handling the quarterback chores. We've got Hefflinger in motion. Give straight ahead. Greitman hit at about the 43 for a gain of maybe a couple on the play. Evergreen there shooting a lot of people inside.
Yeah. You mentioned Derek Miller in the game.
No. What kind of spot is that? Jeez! He lost 2 yards! They took almost 2 yards away from him on that.
Spike, we was robbed.
Boy! What football game were they watching? Woo! Well, the Tigers, now interested in running some time off the clock, are faced with a third, what should be 7, and called 3rd and 9. Now that quick hitter to, I believe, Greitman, knifing straight ahead, gets back about 5 of those yards.
Yeah, he got a good piece of that back.
So the Tigers, though, are facing 4th down and 5 at their own 45.
Going to send the punt team out there, looks like, to get some distance between their goal line and the Viking offense.
Yep. Now, Jordan Perdue now is at a tackle spot on this punt team. Good snap. Black with a lot of time. High, angling, twisting kick. That taken back there at the 25 where Evergreen calls a fair catch.
You know, that Bob Black is very consistent on those punts. I mean, he gets a lot of height and distance together.
Yeah, that one about a 32-yard punt. And again, no return, and that is so huge in high school ball. And the 2 gunners down there, of course, Smith and Casey Bodenbender.
Yeah, cover guys.
Forcing, yes.
Cover guys don't take much time getting down there to where his options are limited.
You know, and if I'm Evergreen, I think I want to try to get a return, but not much doing there.
No, they either fair catch or just let her go.
Wes Shoemaker, number 4, is the deep safety. Evergreen elects to give it straight up the middle.
Yeah.
And Wes Shoemaker, from his deep safety spot, steps up and gets in on that tackle. Also out there, Andrew Hill, number 20.
Yeah.
who, made that great interception here just moments ago.
Yeah. Think of how good that felt.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Making that pick.
Andrew Quigley, 6'4", 215 pounds, number 55 now in there for the Tigers.
Is he that big, Spike?
Oh, yeah, he's a big kid. All right, 2nd down and 7. At the 27, 4-step drop, fire across the middle. Great job. I believe Shoemaker. Bodenbender break it up? Okay.
Yeah.
Great job there. That ball was caught. And then at that last second, somebody snaked an arm in there.
Yep.
Jim, that's almost illegal. That's almost like stealing from the poor.
Well, if it's just a whisker quicker than that, then they got a flag saying he was there early, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
Here we go, defense, do it again, D! Let's go, Big D!
Joe Honacki, number 77, comes out. Tigers now spreading around the duties a little bit deeper on the defense. Motion coming this way. Rolls, now flips out there into the slot. Caught, breaks one tackle, but somebody come up there and made a hit. That's Wes Shoemaker. That's a big hit by Shoemaker.
That was, but might be a first down.
Yep. Well, he broke one tackle, but Shoemaker from his deep safety spot came up and made another big hit. That's a good hit for a sophomore.
That is. Oh, he was bringing it all.
Up for a Viking, first down.
Yeah, he loves it, but he can't love it as hard as he used to love it because,
that first down,
in other words,
wasn't quite so strong there.
It's like check the scoreboard, baby.
I believe that tire might be running out of air. Pretty soon it'll just be some flapping. All right, 1st and 10. Evergreen with the ball at their 30-yard line. In trouble. Sagarino!
23.
Sagarino!
Ryan Sager.
Yep, Ryan Sager, one of those guys, always waiting in the wings, waiting for a shot. A solid football player for the Tigers. Makes the big hit, forces a big loss on the play. We'll call it 8-yard loss.
Yeah, Ryan Sager against Tenora figured in the mix pretty good there. Got a lot of yards, also had a great scrimmage against the Anthony Wayne Generals before the season began. So Tigers have got a lot of people.
All right, in the game out there, the defensive end, we've got number 85, John Kuzer. Kuzer to this side, now motion this way. Here's the pitch, and blown dead at the inception.
I believe they're going to have motion or something over there on the Vikings. No, offside on the Tigers.
The walk-off 5 yards, still second down.
Well, we substitute a little bit. Somebody was in the neutral zone when the ball was snapped, Spike.
Well, one thing about it, Liberty Center's football team has just got that nature about them, a little bit of, as much as I hate to liken them to the Oakland Raiders, but they're never going to let old Donnie lay still. He's going to continue to roll over every football game that the Tigers ever play.
Yeah, and those yeller flags.
They rack up a bunch. But that's their personality. All right, now motion the other way. Give straight ahead to, oh my, he's got running room. It's up.
He's gonna do it.
He's going to be off to the races. Running him down. Casey Bunbender gets close.
On the end.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Evergreen scores from the 34-yard line, a 66-yard run. They got it up inside.
Yeah, they popped that one, Spike, and he got an edge over here up the sideline, and nobody had the angle on him, and Bodenbender was gaining on him, but he had to come from clear over on the other side. So we got to concede a good offensive play there by the Vikings.
Well, that was Chris Pound, the starting running back for Evergreen. You know, they're trailing by 3 scores, and we've got
sophomores.
Yeah, we've got a lot of sophomores in there now, and so that I think that's excusable. It's not enjoyed, but excusable.
Yeah.
Well, Tiger fans here, a happy throng. Now, you know, Jim, in that first half, at the end of the half when we couldn't convert, we had the ball in their territory at the 15-yard line. We couldn't punch it in. We had 3 turnovers. We come out in the second half in our first possession. We played dodgeball, dissolved ball. We just don't get it done.
Yeah.
And people had to start worrying about where are we at with this team.
Yeah.
But I think the defense answered the call throughout this whole second half.
Yeah, that's a good point. And the mark of a good Tiger team, and we've seen a lot of them over the years, is the defense. You know, if the offense is sputtering or if the ball's not bouncing quite right or if the defense is gambling right, which in this case tonight they were able to, seem to be knowing what we were going to run or at least having an answer for it. The defense came up big again for the Tigers here tonight.
All right. Vikings will go for 2 points. Give straight ahead to the big fullback. Oh, no, baby. You ain't going nowhere. Who nailed him on the inside? 70.
No good. How's that?
That was great. Boy, I'm not sure who got.
Huh?
Slee on the tackle? Was that Slee got him?
I couldn't tell.
Boy, somebody stepped up, met the fullback head on, and that boy's a load.
Yeah.
Knocked him back. Tigers stopped the 2-point conversion. So with 3:01 to go in the game, Liberty Center leads at 29-13.
Yeah.
All right, Liberty Center looking for the onside kick. They've got 10 men up. Andrew Hill, the only guy back. Bounding kick. And, oh, boy, that don't look good. I think they're going to rule Liberty Center was offsides at the 50.
I don't know, but he didn't take long whistling it dead.
So that means Evergreen will, since they did not recover.
Offside against Liberty Center on the kick.
So now Evergreen will re-kick from the 45.
Place the ball at the 45-yard line.
Did you hear that one? They're talking about Liberty Center getting the short end of the stick here on these stinking, rotten, no-good yellow flags. They said, it's funny, he said, we don't play Patrick Henry till next week. Of course, that baby's at home. All right, Tigers still with 10 men up. The bounding kick taken and fallen on right away. Good grab of the end-over-ender, and I believe it's Moeller, I believe.
First and 10 at their 44-yard line.
Yeah, Jason Moeller, number 82 on the recovery.
Yeah, that guy's got a pair of hands. Besides absolutely somewhat blinding, deceptive speed, he's got good hands too, Spike.
Oh, yeah, a great big catch down there in the end zone by the...
to keep his streak alive, doesn't he need a reception yet tonight?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have one. Let's see. What do my stats say? No, I don't even have it now. Tigers had 2 catches in that first half, one by Bodenbender, and maybe the other one was Smith. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Smith got one.
All right,
John
straight ahead.
John
Greitman breaks
Greitman.
it loose, cuts to the outside. Oh, he was off to the races, but great pursuit from one of the starters still in the game. Rode Greitman down from behind, and the only reason he got Greitman was because John had to make a great cut to the outside to get away from the defense.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you, John Greitman showing some real quickness there. He had just a little bit of green space ahead of him, and it doesn't take him long to turn that into a real positive.
All right, now the Tigers, with Evergreen not calling off the dogs, they've got a lot of the offensive starters back in the game. Kind of like, all right, Vikings, that's the way you want to play. It's in your face. Gain of 24 for Greitman. 1st and 10 on the Viking 37-yard line. Greitman gets the handoff, power straight ahead, and rambles all the way down.
Yep.
Nice run by Greitman.
Well, it was. He run into some traffic ahead of him, so he just went a little sideways and then shifted her down again.
He stood up. He was stood up about a yard into the beyond the line of scrimmage, and like you say, he powered his way through. And now we've got a timeout down on the field. One of the Vikings hurt, and Jim, you got to wonder why Evergreen didn't back off. The game was essentially over. The Tigers made the necessary changes in respect to Evergreen, but the Vikings, no, they stayed with the front runners, and now they've got one of those varsity players hurt.
Yeah, well, let's hope it's just a cramp or something, but on occasion, they figure, well, an absolute miracle could happen, and maybe they weren't quite out of it, but they are 16 points down with just 2:11 to go.
Yeah.
But the Tigers substituting freely, getting some more experience, building that depth, which down the season and as you look toward a playoff run might have great implications.
Well, and now here's a chance. The Tigers pretty much with starting players in there, Weekers, Bodenbender, Slee, Smith, Babcock at quarterback, Hesterman in there.
Yeah.
But they're running John Greitman. They're giving him some touches, and that's what he needs right now to kind of get caught up, get back into the flow.
Exactly. He was nicked up and didn't figure into the picture on offense, but he's in there rocking right now.
Adam Quigley, number 88, a sophomore. Adam, no small fry himself, stands in there at 205, 6'2".
Yeah.
As a sophomore. Now Sager's 23 will check into the lineup. Ryan Sager, 5'9", 150-pound junior.
Going to relieve Paul Smith there. Another quality game out of
Honaki, 77 into the game. And
70 coming
Jordan
out.
Perdue, number 9, back in at quarterback for Brian Babcock.
Yep, Denyub, the foot coming out, and a stellar performance by him. A big, strong interior lineman.
42, I believe, is their big fullback. Of course, also playing defense. 42, Jack Wade at 210 pounds, linebacker. All right, now the Tigers do the right thing. They come back out now with the more or less the second unit. We've got Sager on the left, Greitman on the right in the backfield. Here's the give straight ahead to Greitman. And Greitman pounding forward. He's going to have a yard anyway, but I don't know if he's got enough for the first down.
Well, if they give him the spot, he'll move the sticks, but
no, that ain't going to happen.
No.
Yeah, another left-footed spot from that other side. So the clock now running at 1:48 to go. Tigers with a third down and a long yard to go at the 27. Yeah, about the 28-yard line. Same offensive set, wing right. Give to Greitman again. And I think Greitman is going to be short. That'll bring up fourth down, and probably that's still that 1 yard to go. Clock running, 1:22.
Andy Rono. Fourth down, short.
Yeah, we're going to give him part of a yard there, so it's going to be about 1.5 feet to go for Liberty. 1:07, clock continues to run. Liberty Center leads it 29-13. second half been all Liberty Center. A meaningless late touchdown by Evergreen tightened the gap slightly. Now they give to Greitman. He stays on his feet and powers and battles his way off that left side.
And
he's got about 5 yards and a first down.
Yeah, and it's a first down. Like we were so tired of hearing early on there, Spike.
Now, will Liberty Center continue to drive? Clock stops at 47. Now it takes off again with the spotting of the ball.
Yeah, I'd like to see them give their second-string quarterback a little more passing experience.
Yep,
here,
now
Spike.
they're going to play it safe. Good sportsmanship here. Greitman back deep as a safety valve.
Took a knee.
Yep. Also in that Tiger backfield, number 3, Derek Hefflinger. And maybe one more play. Clock at 22 and counting.
Come on, break through. I need no six. Oh.
Now they're going to pull it back, Jim. That will be the last. We've seen the last play of this one. Well, the second half tied up 7-7 going in. The Tigers faltered on their first possession, but right away the defense took hold. They got the ball back after an exchange of punts, took it in, and it was all Tigers in the second half.
Yes, it was. Just didn't look like the same ball game the second half, but as you talked about, the Tigers made some adjustments and basically cleaned up their act on all those fumbles. Spike, four fumbles.
Yeah.
4 fumbles there the first half.
Three lost turnovers. The end result.
Yeah, you just can't do that against a real quality foe. Evergreen took heart, and I mean they were right in this game. It was dead even, and statistic-wise, the Vikings even had a little more average per gain on the running attack.
Yeah.
But the Tigers got her done, and of course they play 4 quarters, and that's how it shook out.
Well, the Tigers' record now moves to 3-0. Evergreen drops to 1-2 in the league. And Evergreen made a lot. They got a lot on a lot of the stunts and the blitzes and the gambles, but Liberty Center eventually found a way to answer those with the misdirections, and that was the difference there in the second half.
Yep.
Again, a solid effort, a very solid effort by Liberty's defense. And, of course, they'll need all of that they can get and more as the very highly regarded Patrick Henry Patriots come to Tiger Town.
Oh, yeah, and the Tigers want to see them so bad you can't believe it, Spike, because the only 2 blemishes on the Tigers' record last year was indeed twice by the Patriots.
Yeah.
And we got to tip our hat to them. I mean, they got her done. But this is a new season, and this is a new edition of Tiger footballers, and they got to come through Liberty Center.
Yeah. I think sooner or later, it's just like tonight. Now, Liberty Center had to, no matter what anybody will say or admit, coach or player, either one, fan, parent, doesn't matter, Liberty Center a little bit had to be looking forward to next week.
There's no way they couldn't, you know.
And that fine-tuned precision just wasn't quite there.
No, but now they've got a week of practice, and boy, you hope they get her back and are clicking on all 8 cylinders next week.
Yep.
And they can, and we'll expect them to do exactly that.
Well, and as we mentioned, in 1999, Liberty Center came waltzing in here. Nobody anywhere had Liberty Center picked to lose that game, and Evergreen knocked them off 20-19.
Yep.
So you can never count a game in your hip pocket.
No, you got to play them. And Tigers, when it was all said and done, got her done. But next week it's homecoming, and it's Big Red and coming to town. And I'm thinking that's high school football, just about as good as you get it, Spike.
Yep. Now, nobody's going to come into that game overconfident. Although I will say this: the Patrick Henry Patriots know that they're going to win the game. They know that already. They are very, very confident. Just how Liberty Center was when they came into Evergreen, and as Liberty Center may have been tonight when they came in here to Evergreen, overlooking. Notwithstanding, Evergreen came out and they played the Tigers tough. So. My point is, Liberty Center may be able to, hey, PH, this maybe is not the giveaway that you might think it is, especially when you see this score in the paper.
Yeah, Spike, you just can't put the numbers in the computer the ranking and the prognosticating and all that and say, well, this is how it is. I mean, you have to play the game, and I'm telling you, we've seen these Tigers catch fire and be on fire and get her done offensively as well as defensively. But, boy, I look forward to a good game. I don't think we've seen any injuries to speak of. Tigers were a little nicked up coming into the season, but I think we're healthy. And
yeah, we're getting closer.
So we just got to play error-free football.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here from Evergreen. Tigers with a great second half, win it 29-13. We'll see you next week with the Game of the Year with Patrick Henry.